Let's start. So today's session is about pandas, where exactly we are going to use pandas means in data analysis. This particular module we are going to use in data analysis. So once you have the data, okay, after that we can analyze the data, right? So data I want to prepare. First of all, I want to get the data from different sources. Once my data preparation is done, after that I'm going to analyze the data using, okay, there has some predefined methods over there in the pandas. Okay, by using those predefined methods we are going to analyze the data. First of all, if you want to work with pandas in your local machine, what kind of setup is required? See, first, if you want to work with the pandas, what kind of setup is required means, first, it is like a open source module. It is like one open source module. Okay, here there has different data structures over there in the pandas. Okay, it is like different, it supports for different data structures. It's a kind of one dimensional, okay, two-dimensional data. Okay, it's like multi-dimensional data. Okay, like that it is going to support for different data formats. Okay, so first of all, if you want to work with pandas, you have to install the library in your machine first. Okay, the library name itself pandas only. Okay, so I'm going to use like a Jupyter notebook. Let me go to our workspace folder. Let me go to our workspace folder. In this folder, just I want to open the notebook. So py hyphen m, okay, notebook. If this is not available, this Jupyter notebook in your local machine, just install it. Pip install, okay, notebook. Pip install notebook. Just I want to use this notebook as like a editor to write the code. Okay, so it is already available in my machine, so no problem at all. So you can open that notebook by hyphen m note. Let's take some time, just wait. So it's like a open source. The purpose is like what? For data analysis. For data analysis, we are going to use this pandas most of the times. If you want to analyze the data, first thing is like what? You should have to get the data or not. My data is like in different sources. My data is like in one file. My data in web. My data in one of my SQL or no SQL database. Wherever my data is there, you have to get the data. You have to load the data in your program. Once you load the data, and then you have to prepare. Okay, prepare for what? To analyze the data or not. So first thing is like you have to load the data. Okay, the next one is like you have to prepare. You have to prepare the data. Prepare the data is nothing but different formats. It's like my data is like a single dimensional array. You have to format like a series. Multi-dimensional array, you have to format like a data frame. Like this, you have to prepare the data. The next one is like, okay, you can manipulate the data. Okay, if you want to remove something, if you want to add something like this, you can manipulation. Okay, you can do some manipulation. And then once my manipulations and everything is done, now you can analyze the data. Okay, you can analyze the data. So first you have to load the data, and then you can prepare. Okay, you can prepare required. Okay, as per your data, which data structure is like recommended one, either series, data frame, or panel. You have to convert that one into that particular data structure, and then you can manipulate the data and then analyze the data. So data manipulation and analyze, okay, we can see later. First of all, you should have to go with loading the data and preparing the data using pandas. So make sure, first of all, in your mission, pandas library should be there. So I opened my Jupyter notebook. This is my Jupyter notebook. Now go to your Python workbook. Okay, here is the one. Now pandas one, done. here you can check first of all in your mission pandas, okay, is there or not there. If the pandas is not there, you have to install it. So how we can check pandas is there or not there? Just import, try to use it, import pandas as pd. Most of the times the pandas alias name is like pd. Any name you can give it. Most of the times we are going to use why the alias names means every time I would don't want to use like pandas dot pandas dot pandas dot like that. So that we are going to use like a simple alias names like this. The recommended most of the people are using like the alias name is like pandas. For pandas is like pd. Now let's check this pandas is available or not available. See here, no module named pandas, no module named pandas. So what you have to do first, if that particular module is not available in your mission, now you have to install it. So how we can install? Just install pandas module like this, pip install pandas, pip install pandas. Okay, now it is going to install pandas in your mission, in your mission. Okay, now it is done. Import pandas as pd, import pandas as pd. Okay, now it is like still installing, just wait. Okay, now once my pandas is available, yes, you can use your pandas features. You can use your predefined methods inside the panda. Okay, you can use it. Okay, just wait. Now if you run this one, okay, first of all it's supposed to be complete, right? Okay, just wait. So tell me different data sources. If you want to load the data, tell me the different data sources from where you want me to load the data. From where you want me to load the data. Okay, my data inside one, okay, CSV file. Okay, or my data inside one file. That file can be CSV file, that file can be Excel file, that file can be comma separated like CSV only, right? TSV tab separate. Next one is like Excel file. My data inside one file, one JSON file. My data inside one file. You can read the data from the file and you can prepare the data. You can prepare the data. Okay, next one is like where is my data? My data sometimes in the database also, right? My data inside the database. Okay, the next one is like my data inside the web also or not. My data inside the web also or not. So my data source is like different places. My data source is like in different places. Okay, so from there you need to take the data and you need to, okay, prepare the data or not. Understood? So the data structures, okay, what kind of data format we can handle in pandas, you know? Okay, the data structures are like, okay, in pandas, okay, three types we can say. One is like series, one is like series, another one is like data frames, data frames. The next one is like panels, you can say panel. Series is nothing but, series is nothing but my data is like a single column. Okay, it is like a one dimensional array format, one dimensional format. That time we can handle by using pandas that kind of data format by using series. The next one is like data frames is nothing but here it's like a rows and columns, it's like a tabular format. Okay, my table contains what rows and columns or not. That kind of data format wherever you see, you can handle by using data frames, which like inside in the pandas library. The next one is like panel. Okay, here we not directly means externally we are going to create the panels. Wherever you see the multiple data frames, it means multiple tables, multiple, okay, rows, so multiple columns wherever you see, that means multiple data frames wherever you see. Okay, that one we can say like a panel. Okay, very simple. Series is nothing but one dimensional, I said, right? 1 2 3 4, like one dimensional, only one line. Multiple series are there, for example, multiple series. Okay, multiple series, this is one series, The next one is like this is one series. Multiple series is nothing but what? Now it is like a tabular format or not? Rows of columns. So series is like a single dimensional. Multiple series is wherever you see, you can say like a data frame. Multiple data frames wherever you see, we can say like what? A panel or not. Multiple data frames wherever you see, we can say like what? Multiple data frames wherever you see, we can say like what? Those are like a panels. Understood? So the data structures in our pandas, it's like my data in the single dimensional, we can say like a series. And it is like a multiple series is nothing but multi-dimensional, it's like a tabular format. Okay, then the time we can say like a, it's like a data frame. Multiple data frames, we can say like what? Okay, it's a panel or not. Now let's go here. Okay, now my pip install pandas, it's like installed. Okay, now this is like a warning, that's okay, pip is available like a latest version like 25.1, so that is okay, fine. Now my pandas is available or not? Okay, the spelling mistake, right? Typo error. Pandas. Pandas. Now you can see. Now you can see. Okay, now tell me how we can, if it is like a module or if it is like a class, okay, how we can see the members of your module or a class? How we can see the members of your module or a class? Come on, we have one method is there. What is that method? dir. Dir is the function in Python or not? In the dir function, observe here. Okay, there has multiple, so many methods, so many are there or not? Okay, here, okay, some of the methods you can use. Okay, first thing is like what here? You have to read, you have to take the data or not? Read the data from the files. For example, if you observe here, see, read the data from the CSV file, Excel file. Okay, like this different data source. Okay, different file extensions you can see here or not? Yes or no? All the file extensions, file can be anything. From that particular file you can read the data or not? So my pandas, it's like what? It is like a module or not? Inside that module, okay, module is nothing but what? One Python file. Module contains what in general? Module contains what in general? Come on, module contains, module also one normal Python file only, which contains variables, which contains functions, which contains classes or not? So within the pandas module, we have multiple classes also there. If you observe here, there has multiple classes are there or not? Okay, here one of the class, if you observe, data frame. Data frame is the class or not? The next one is like, if you observe, one of the class called as a series also there or not? So now, PD is an object, it's like one module. Inside the module, what we have? Okay, data frame. Okay, data frame we have or not? Okay, it is like, can you find the type for this particular one? Can you find the type? Can you find the type? Wherever you see like a class type like this, what we can say? That is like a, that is like which type? It is like a class type or not? That is like a class type or not? Now see, wherever you see the type of a member, class or type, then the type, that is which type? That is which type? That is like a class type or not? So my data frame is like which type? My data frame is like which type? It is like a class type or not? Same like this, print type. Okay, PD, it's like a, it's like a alias name, pd dot series. Series. Okay, now if you observe, this is also which type? Class type only or not? Yes or no? So in your hand one class is there, what you can do with that class? In your hand one class is there, what you can do with that class? What you can do with that class? For example, in your hand one class is there, what you can do? We are going to create an object for that particular class or not? So how we can create an object for this particular class? How we can create an object for this particular class? Let's go with the series. So my obj, okay, series. series 1 equals to pd dot series. So I can create an object in Python. How we can create an object for the class? You can call it. Now if you observe here, there has one object created or not. Now can you find the type of the series 1? How we can find the type? Okay, print, come on, print type series 1. Print type series 1. Now if you observe here, now see, class type, wherever you see that particular member, class only. Wherever you see class, that particular class name, then the time that member is an object of that particular class or not. So this particular member, okay, the series 1 is an object of which class? Series class or not? As we discussed, okay, now the series, can you print the data? Print the data. Now see, series, now if you come here, okay, it's like series is not defined means that particular member is not available. So can you run this one now? Can you run this one now? See, series is like, as we discussed, it's like a single dimensional array. Now if you don't have any data, so that it's a kind of what? Okay, it's a kind of what? Empty or not? So you have the data, for example, single dimensional data format you have. Okay, tell me single dimensional data format. Okay, for example, okay, players data is there. My players equals to, okay, Sachin. Okay, next one is like Dhoni and Kohli. Okay, it is a kind of what? Single dimensional only or not? These are the players. Now it's a list. It's a list. Now I'm going to create like series 2 is equals to pandas dot, okay, series of my players of my players. Now if you run this one, see my series 2. Now if you observe here, okay, my series created or not? My series created or not? See, here it is like a list. My list has their own methods. You know those methods, so many methods are there in the list. My list has their own methods, but it is like a series, the same one only converted into the series. Then that time my data format is like a single dimensional. In the series has their own members. Now how we can see the members of my series class? Okay, how we can see the members of my series class? See, these many members are there in my series class. These many members are there in my series class. Okay, so by using these members, what we can do, see here, okay, you can prepare the data and you can manipulate the data, you can analyze the data or not. For that purpose, these many methods are there. But if you come to the list, there is completely limited methods or not? If you have a list, completely limited methods or not? Completely limited methods. So okay, how we can, okay, if you observe here, the methods are like what? Okay, limited methods, completely limited methods. Okay, how many methods are there in the list? Now if you observe the ir of list, now see how many? Hardly there has, okay, 10 methods, for example. But if you come to the series, once you convert that list into the series, see, these many methods are there. You can do what kind of operation? You can analyze, you can dig more or not by using these methods. Yes or no? You got my point? Understood? First one is like, my series is like in which format? It's a kind of one dimensional format. Okay, so my list also, now you can ask a question like, hey, list also same kind of, na? Okay, my list can perform some operations. Yes, you can perform some operations by using list. Okay, list methods, these many methods. But what I'm trying to say is, comparing these methods, see, these are like limited. So huge data is there. If you want to analyze the data, then the time always recommended to go with the series to analyze the data. Understood? Okay, how to analyze that one we'll see. I will tell you. Okay, the next session, data analysis is there, right? Okay, how to analyze the data we'll see. First of all, we need data. We need to prepare the data. First thing is that one. So once this is my data, the next one is like what? The data format is like rows and columns, for example. If my data is like in the format of rows and columns, okay, so my data structure is like what? It's a data frame. My data structure is like what? It's a data frame. So how we can create the data frame? How we can create the data frame? Come on, how we can create the data frame? In the pandas, we have one class is there, right? What is the class name? In pandas we have one class is there. What is the class name? Data frame only the class name or not? So my df1 equals to pandas dot, what is the class name? Data frame.
Data frame.
In your class, okay, in your, you have a class. What you can do with that class? What you can do with that class? We can create an object or not? Just you can create an object here. Just you can create an object here. Now if you observe this data frame, if you observe this data frame, at this moment we don't have any, okay, we not pass any data, okay, we not prepared, okay, any data, we not prepare, okay, that means data source not there to format the data in the rows columns. You have to give some data format, you have to give some data or not? So how we can give the data? For example, okay, you have players only, players only, okay. If you have a players, now see, my players is like single dimensional only, that is converted into multi. Now see here, okay, rows and columns. Okay, in the past, did you observe the series? In the series, these are like indexes only. These are like indexes only. But if you come to this one, now see, okay, this is like a one row, one row, one row, okay, columns like this or not? Rows and columns, it's like converted or not? Yes or no? Now once you have the data frame, in the data frame how many members are there? Okay, once you have the data frame, in the data frame how many members are there? See, okay, again there are so many members are there or not? To analyze the data, these members, any one of the member you can use any kind of analyze, okay, any kind of analysis you can do it or not by using these methods. Understood? Now if it is like a only single dimensional data, don't go with the data frame, better to go with what? Series only or not? But I have a multi-dimensional data, I have a rows to columns, then that time you can go, then that time you can go with the data frame or not? Then the time you can go with the data frame. For example, I want to analyze, okay, just I want like a player's data in the tabular format. His name is runs, name runs, name runs, like that. So I want to create one data frame like this. Okay, you have to create an object for which class? You have to create an object for which class? Data frame class or not? In the data frame class you can pass the data, you can pass the data. Which data? You know, multiple players. So that I'm going to use like a list. Okay, otherwise you can go here. Okay, you can go to this, shift to, and okay, just you can enter. Now come here, you can write the data format. My data 2 is equals to multiple players, right? Okay, my player name is like, see, different ways. My player name is like Sachin, runs is like 20,000. Another one is like my player name is like, okay, Dhoni, my runs is like, my Dhoni, my runs is like 10,000. Another player is like, my player name is like Kohli, my runs is like, okay, 5,000, something like this. Okay, done. Now this data, see, if I give this data to my data frame, how it is going to frame, how it is going to structure it, make it like structured. Now see, df2 equals to, now see, it is like a, it is like in which format? Okay, one structural format created or not? So here it's like a tabular format. My Sachin 20,000 is one row, Dhoni 10,000, Kohli 5,000, like this it's going to frame or not? If you pass this kind of data, it is like which kind of data? One list is there, inside one more list is there, that's it. Understood or not? Like this you can data format in the each, okay, like this you can pass the data, you can format it into data frame or not? Okay, another example. So another example also, tell data 3, tell me, you tell. Now list of lists you said, right? Okay, next one. Like this, any number of lists you can give. Okay, here you can mention the columns also, here you can mention the columns also. So how we can mention the columns, you know? Okay, how we can mention the columns, you know? Now data 3, okay, my data frame take multiple parameters, my data frame take multiple parameters. Okay, what are those, you know? My data frame take multiple parameters. Okay, the first one is like your data, the second one is like your index, the third one is like a columns. Okay, like this, different. Now I want to give like a columns, right? So This is my first one is like data only. I want to give the columns equals to what column? Okay, it is like a player name is the one, the column name is like player name, and the next one is like runs. This is my column name. Now if you run this one, okay, there has no error. If you see my df3, now if you click on this one, now see my player name and runs. Can you tell me this is which kind of argument? This is which kind of argument? This is which kind of argument? It's a keyword argument or not? Whenever it's like a keyword argument, order not a matter here. Order is not a matter here. So that, okay, directly it is going to place this value to my columns parameter only or not. Like this, you can set the columns also. Understood? Like this, you can set the columns. Okay, next data format. Tell me. List of lists you used. The next one is like, okay, different formats. Okay, data 4. Okay, just I want to go with the dictionary this time. I want to go with the dictionary. So in my dictionary, okay, player name is the key. Player name is the key. In my player name, how many players are there? Sachin and Dhoni. Come on, Dhoni and Kohli is there. These are the player names. All are okay up to here. The next one is like runs. Okay, how many player runs? Three players, right? Okay, 20,000. Okay, next 15,000 and 25,000. Done. Now this is one data format. Tell me the data format is which type? What is the type of this one? It's a dictionary, right? In the dictionary, key player name, multiple players are there. Runs player name, multiple players are there. If I give this data format to my data frame, how it is going to frame your data? How it is going to structure your data? Can anyone guess? pd dot data frame. Can anyone guess how it is going to structure? Come on, how it is going to structure? Can anyone guess? Okay, very simple. The keys they are going to treat like what? The keys they are going to treat like what? Your column names. Okay, the next one is like values. Okay, okay, one column values this one, another column values are like this one or not. My data frame would like what? Again in the tabular format only or not? Again in the tabular format. Understood? Come on. Up here,
Yes,
okay?
sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, any other different formats? Next one, come on, different formats. Okay, but the data should not okay, irrelevant, but it should, the data format should be relevant to rows and columns. Data 5. Come on, I have a list. Can I write like one dictionary? My name is like Sachin and my runs are like 20,000. Can I write like this? Yes, no? Okay, the next one is like what? One more dictionary. Okay, my name is like Dhoni and my runs are like 50. My data format is okay or not? Okay, my data format is like what? Array. Okay, list of what? My data format is like list of dictionaries, right? My data format is like list of dictionaries. Now if I give this data format, okay, this data, if I give to my data frame, it is formatted like what? It is formatted like, come on, it is formatted like this. Okay, see my name and runs. My name and runs like what? Column names and my Sachin 20,000, Dhoni 10,000 is like what? It's like values or not? Understood? Come on.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So like this, you can yeah, go ahead. Like this, okay, any kind of data, if you give to the data frame, they are going to format it into rows and columns or not. If it is like rows and columns, it's like kind of structured, right? Okay, if it is like a structured, we can analyze or not. We can easily analyze or not. Understood? Okay, the next one is like the data is like in the files. is like in the database, is like in the web, then the time how we can take the data, that is the question. So I have the data in one of the CSV file, I have the data is one of the Excel file. Okay, all these data I want to take it first, I want to prepare the data, and then you have to manipulate the data, and then you can analyze the data or not. So I have the data in my CSV file. For example, I have the data in my CSV file. Do we have any CSV file here? Okay, no problem, you can go to the Google. Okay, there you can find like multiple data sets. Okay, from there you can download it. You can take cost price. I want to go with the data set. Okay, any one of this one you can take. Now just you can download it. Okay, download data set as like zip. Okay, now it is like downloaded. Let's go to our what I can say, that particular folder. Okay, now you can extract here, you can extract it. Now you can get that file. Now that file, okay, house prices, now you can keep in your where it is running. In my workshop folder, my Jupyter is running or not? Jupyter notebook, my notebook is running. House prices, right? This is which kind of file? It's like a comma separated file or not? Okay, from here I want to take the data. I want to read the data. Like this, what if you know one file, how it is going to, okay, remaining all files are like what? Methods is going to change, that's it. So I want to read the data from the CSV file. Okay, let's go. Now first, okay, let's go to our Jupyter. This is the one, right? Let's go. Now first, if you want to read the data from the CSV file, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? Read CSV. Read CSV. One file, one method is there. That is inside which class? Read CSV is like one method is there. That is like inside which class?
Data frame.
Okay, data frame is the class or not? Data frame is the class or not? Data frame is the class. Data frame is the class. So that, okay, my data frame class, you have to create an object. So the f6 is equals to pd dot data frame. Pd dot data frame. Okay, now you create an object. Now inside this, which method? So many methods are there, right? Okay, how we can see the methods? How we can see the methods? dir is the predefined function. You can see the methods. Which method you want me to use?
Read
Which
file.
method you want me to use? Okay, read CSV. There has one method is there or not in this particular data frame class. Okay, here if you observe read methods, there are so many read methods you can find somewhere. Where is it? Read CSV, right? Read underscore CSV. Do you find anywhere? Okay, we can see directly pd dot read underscore CSV or not. Which file you want me to read? House underscore price dot CSV or not? House underscore price. First of all, read underscore CSV. This particular one is there or not there? Check it. This one is there or not there in my PD? Yes, see, it is there. If it is not there, for example, if it is not there, it gives me an error like what? Read underscore CSV1 is not an attribute, right? Okay, has no attribute with the name of read underscore CSV. Has a no attribute read underscore CSV. So then that time you can understand like this member is not there. But now you can get the different error. See, missing one required positional argument, right? Missing one required positional argument means they're expecting one argument or not. What is that argument, you know? Come on, what is that argument? Your source of the file, path. Okay, house prices dot CSV or not? CSV. Now it is gives me what? My data frame object, right? It gives me my data frame object or not. So If you come here, my data frame object df6, how the data is looks like. Now see this, all your data you are able to see or not. Okay, there has how many rows are there here? How many rows are there? There has 1,87,531 rows are there or not? These many rows are there or not? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now once you have the data like this, once you have the formatted data like this, it is easy for us to analyze the data or not. Okay, now based on this data, you can plot some visualization also or not, some graphs also we can or not. We can add some data visualization also or not to represent this data. Yes or no? So today's discussion is like get the data. Today's discussion is about get the data. Tomorrow we can continue the same session again. Okay, the same time. Okay, tomorrow's session is about manipulate, and the next one is like what, analyzing the data or not. Understood up to here? Okay, read the data from the csv file or not. Okay, like this. The next one is like what? Okay, from the file you can read the data like this. The next one is like database, right? From the database also we can read the data or not. Okay, from the JSON also, read underscore JSON is the file. For Excel, okay, read underscore Excel is the file. Okay, from the database, I want to take the data. So tell me if you want, okay, for example, already you know, you have an idea, right? Okay, we have the DB, we have NoSQL database is there. Okay, already you know, right, how to configure MongoDB, mongodb.com. Already we discussed or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes or no? MongoDB.com. This is the website. Okay, just you can create an account here, and then you can create a project and create a cluster, and then create what? Create one database, insert the database one collection, insert the collection some documents, so that already we have completed. We have completed. Okay, so in the Django only, right? Yes or no? Let's connect. Let's connect in this Django server. There has multiple databases or there. One of the database is like what? HMS is my database. Inside this database there has some houses is my collection. Inside my houses collection, okay, there has, okay, multiple documents are there. How many documents are there? There has 545 documents you have. Okay, now I want to read this data from the database. I want to analyze it. Okay, here the queries you can write it, but query is also limited. But my data frame has, okay, there has multiple methods are there, multiple methods, predefined methods are there. See, by using list also you can see one kind of one dimensional array. Then why we go for series? Means series has multiple features are there. Okay, by using those predefined methods you can analyze more or not. These are like analysis, data analysis related modules or not. Yes or no? Okay, that's the reason. Now I want to read the data from here. So tell me how we can read the data from the MongoDB. If you want to read the data from the MongoDB, tell me what inputs are required, which module is required. Okay, tell me. Very simple. My Mongo server I want to connect. If you want to connect with the server, what you required? Client is required, right? Okay, now first of all, if you want to connect with your MongoDB server, okay, one Mongo client is required. So you have to create the Mongo client first. Okay, you have to get the Mongo client. If you want to get the Mongo client directly, that Mongo client is not a predefined member or something like that. Okay, you have to install one of the library, okay, to work with Mongo, okay, in Python. That the library name is like, that module name is like PyMongo is the one. PyMongo is the one. So first of all, you can check PyMongo is there or not there. Import PyMongo. Simply you can check like this. Import PyMongo. What is that? He said. What he said?
No module.
Okay, it's like not, okay, no module form. Okay, one is like you can create a virtual. Okay, one is like you can create like a virtual environment. One thing is like you can create virtual environment, there you can install. But here I didn't can I create anything. Directly you can install it. How we can install? Pip install. Come on, PyMongo is the one. Pip install PyMongo. Okay, once this library, once this module installed, tell me what is next thing. Come on. my Mongo server. Okay, first my Mongo server contains what? Database.
Page.
My database contains what? Collections. My
Colors.
collection contains what? Documents or not? Documents or not? So you have to connect with this server. If you want to connect with the server, you need the client, so that you have to get the client. Okay, once you have the client, if you want to connect with the server, what input is required? You
Connection
what
detail.
input is required? Where my server is running, that URL is required or not? Yes or no? Where my
Yes, sir.
server is running, that URL is required or not? Once my client able to connect with this server means in your hand we have the server. Yes, now once you have the server, inside the server you need what? From the server I want to take the database, right? From the database, what do you want me to take? Collection, right? From the collection, what do you have to take? Documents, right? Once you have the document, okay, documents in which format? Okay, in tabular format, in the data frame format. Data frame, okay, it's going to structure the data or not? So using data frame methods, you can analyze the documents or not? Using data frame methods, we can analyze the documents or not? These things you have to do it. Okay, let's go. Now it is like installed. Now you can check. Now you can check import by Mongo. Import by Mongo is available or not available? Yes, available. Okay, now my Mongo is available. Once you get the data, okay, once you get the data, pandas also required to convert into data frame. Okay, from my Mongo, from my Mongo, from my Mongo, I want to import to connect with your server. What you required? Mongo client is required or not? Mongo client is required. These two imports I want. Okay, this import already there. That's okay, fine. Now, once you have the Mongo client, can you check what is the type of this Mongo client? What is the type of this Mongo client? Tell me, what is the type of Mongo client?
Class.
The class. In your hand, one class is there. What you can do?
Then creator.
You can create an object or not. Okay, this particular one is expecting some parameters. Okay, some arguments it is going to expect. What is that one? Okay, it is expecting like some of the things, right? So some predefined things are already with default parameters they set. Default parameters, what is the host? Local host 27017. But our case is like, okay, my host is like what? Not like 27017, right? Okay, my server is running in my cloud, so that can you give your cloud URL here? Come on, can you give your cloud URL here? Where is my cloud URL? I already connected with my, come on, I already connected, right? So that this particular one cloud URL I want. So edit connection. Now disconnect. Now see the connection string. See the connection string confirm. Okay, don't misuse. Now come here. You can connect. Now can you go to hours, and here can I add what? Can I add what? Your URL. Your URL. Once you have the URL, my client object you have or not? Client obj. My client object. It is able to connect or not? It is able to connect or not? My client object is nothing but it is able to connect with the server. Okay, my server contains what? You can say like a server. This is able to connect with the server. My server contains what?
Database.
Databases, right? So which database you want? Which
HMS.
database you want? Now see here, which database? HMS, right? So my from my server, I want the database is like HMS is my database or not? My DB is this one. HM is the database. Okay, from my database, which collection you want? From my database, which collection data you want? There are two collections over there. Which collection data you want? Houses, right? Houses or not? So this is what? Your collection. Once you have the collection, what you have to do with that? You have the collection now. What you have to do with that? you have to find all the documents or not. Okay, so can I get the documents? Okay, my collection dot find all the documents, you can get it, all the documents you can get it. Okay, so you can get all the documents, there is no condition, all the documents you can get it, that conditions and everything we can write in the data frame, we can at the time of analyzing. So you have the documents. Once you have the documents, I want to format it into data frame. So can we create the data frame? Come on, can I create the data frame?
Yes.
Okay, how we can create the data frame? You can create no, you can create an object. It's take how many parameters? Okay, your all documents or not, your all documents. Okay, now it gives me what data frame is not defined, correct only na? Okay, that
PD
is
dot.
from where? Coming from PD module or pandas module or not. Now come on, now if you see my df7, if you see my data frame, now if you click on this one, see all your data is available here or not. Now you can see, you can analyze something. Okay, at particular level, some certain point of level, you can analyze in your database. Okay, in your mongodb there has multiple methods are there, but why you convert into data frame means the huge. Okay, if you want to analyze more, there has so many methods are there in the data frame, there has so many methods are in the data frame, that the reason just convert into data frame, there is multiple features are there, you can use it, you can analyze it or not. Understood? Agreed everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay, like this, you can take the data from the file. You can take the data from, come on, you can take the data from database or not. So the next one is what?
Take data from where?
Okay, you can take the data from the web, right? You can take the data from the web. Okay, so, okay, in the web, just, okay, you have some URLs and everything, right? Okay, that is like from the web. Web is nothing but the web application where it is going to run in general, where it is going to run. The web
Take
application, okay, where it is going to in your browser, right? In your browser or not. Now from this particular browser, from this particular web, okay, in the browser, what kind of code it is going to load in general? Tell me. Come on, in the browser, this much content loaded already we discussed. The content related code where we can see, content related source code where we can see, content related source code where we can see in the developer console window elements tab or not. If you observe here, see, this is only the content related code, right? If you go to the body, if you delete the body, nothing is visible. Observe, nothing is visible. If you do control z, this is the one or not. So this content is like internally, it's like html only, right? Yes or no? Okay, now I want to read this data. I want to read this data. Okay, for that, okay, it is like reading the data from the web is nothing but you are reading the data. It's like in the HTML format only or not. So let's go. Now come here, go to the pandas. Now my URL is this one. My URL is this one. My URL is this one. The next one is like, I want to read the data from the web is nothing but in the web, the content related code is like what? HTML only, so that you can create the data frame first. Okay, from the pandas, TF78, 9.
none.
Okay, you have to create a data frame. You can create the data frame. Yes, I created a data frame. In this one, df9, we have read underscore HTML is there. You can read your URL. You can read your URL. Okay. Now, if you read it, it gives an error. What is that? No attribute. Okay. This is not having the read underscore HTML. That's okay, fine. If it is not having from the pandas itself, okay, can you try from here, pd read underscore HTML. Okay, this is my URL. This is my URL. Okay, do we have any data here? import library. This is my URL, pd.read_html. Okay, it gives me some a list of data. The read_html is the method. It's not inside the one he said. So can you read it? Is there anything missing? Optional dependency LXML pip? Okay, there has some dependencies. Data frame object has no attribute. This is the previous one. Missing optional dependency. Missing optional dependency LXML. Use pip or Anaconda. Okay, can I do that? Pip install. What is that? LXML. Okay, just they're using internally this one, but this one is not available. That the reason he is giving this. Okay, just wait. So collecting, yeah, this is done. You have the URL. You have the URL. So we confirmed like my data frame is not having the read_html. So my pandas, okay, my pd dot read_html. Just I want to read this URL. Now you can check it is okay. Read some data or not? Yes, no. It is read some data or not? See, this is the whole page. Okay, it's not a formatted. It is not like a formatted one, right? Yes, no. This is not a formatted one or not. It's like normal text visible like. But if once you give this space to my data frame, okay, he is like formatted the data or not? Observe, he formatted the data or not? Okay, if you observe here, it's a kind of panel. Did you remember? Did you observe? Okay, see, okay, up to here a list of data frames. Up to here it's like one data frame. Yes, no? Rows and columns. Okay, how many columns, how many rows? Read it. 69 rows are there, 5 columns are there. Now up to here is like one more data frame. Yes, no? Come on, one more data frame. Okay, the next one is like here is like one more data frame. Like this, multiple data frames we have. Okay, this kind of structure, if you see that one, we can say like what? A panel or not? Yes or no? Okay, this is the way we can read the data. From where? From the web or not? We get the data and we are like what? We are like prepare the data in one data format or not? Once you prepare the data, once you prepared the data once you prepare the data as like the series, okay, as like a series or data frame or okay panel. The next one is like what? You can do some manipulations, you can analyze the data, you can visualize the data, you can plot the graphs like seaborn or matplot library. Plot the visualization, plot the graphs also we can do it. Understood everyone so far? So up to here we're done, ready with the data. So manipulate and analysis and plot the graphs we'll see in the tomorrow session. Any questions, anyone?